Today we're talking about required minimum distributions with the president of Star Financial Solutions, Esther Halt. I've loved your past two segments, and this one here sounds like something we all should know about as well. What are required minimum distributions?
Required minimum distributions, or as they're more commonly known, RMDs, are the amount of money that the government requires people to take out of certain tax-qualified accounts when they become age 70 and a half.
Okay. And we're going to find out which...
Correct, which accounts.
Which accounts those are a little bit later on. Why now? Why at 70 and a half do people have to take them out?
So you've had these accounts, and basically they're IRA accounts, they're 401k accounts, 457B plans, 403B plans, and there's a few others. Also beneficiary IRAs if you've inherited an IRA. So all of this money went into these accounts and nobody ever paid tax on it. Okay. They either went pre-tax from your company, you know, from taking money out of your paycheck, or you contributed and then you got the tax deduction. So this money's been growing all these years and nobody's paid tax. And at a certain point, the government says, I want my piece. Okay. Because that's our government.
So all of those, are there any other accounts that are subject to RMDs?
There are certain other retirement accounts, but those are the major ones.
Okay. And a lot of individuals, everyone probably is concerned about taking money out of their retirement funds and that they might run out of money. How do you quell that concern with them? Because, you know, 70 and a half isn't that far away for a lot of people, and I'm sure they're worried about it.
Right, and for most people, you know, nowadays 70 and a half is young. Yeah. When they made these rules, you know, the ages where people were passing were a lot younger. However, if you take only the required amount, chances are you won't run out. The way the government has set this up is you will take your last dime out of your account when you are 120 years old. Wow. So if you do it the way it's prescribed, you'll be okay. Okay. If you need to take more out, then yeah, you really need to talk to a financial advisor and probably a tax professional as well to make sure that this is what you need to be doing. There may be somewhere else you can be taking money out, and so you don't have to take quite as much. And that's where the concern is. Okay.
So planning for this, how do you look into this to become, you know, insightful, more knowledgeable, and utilizing these distributions?
So you need to have money to live on, and hopefully you've done retirement planning with your advisor and your financial planner. Once you reach the point where you're 70 and a half, if you don't need that money, you can always roll it into a regular account. You still need to pay the tax on it, but you put it into your individual or your joint account, and then it grows as well. Okay. And so you don't need to have it in your hand to spend it.
All right.
The other way that you don't hear about is called QCDs, which is Qualified Charitable Distributions. And that is if you are paying money to the church or other qualified charities, you can actually have, wherever your account is, write the check instead of to you, to the charity or the church, synagogue, or place of worship, as long as it's, you know, a legal charitable place, or any other charity, and then the money will come out tax-free. And so if you're making donations anyway during the year, you can do it from your IRA, and then you don't have to pay the tax on that money.
That's great. Wow. What else can you tell us about, you know, financial planning in regards to preparing for this when we're 70 and a half? What if we haven't saved enough? What can you suggest that we start doing?
You need to start at as soon as you can and start putting money away. Sure. And you should have qualified accounts as well as non-qualified. Qualified being your IRAs and your retirement plans, and your non-qualified being your individual accounts and your joint accounts. Okay. And that way, hopefully, when the time comes, you'll have enough saved up so that with your Social Security and a pension and anything else, you'll be able to retire comfortably. And that, again, you need to have your people in place, your financial advisor / planner like I am.
Yeah.
And also you need to consult your tax professional as well, especially if you're going to be making those QCDs and that. It may or may not be right for you.
Okay, so you do need to ask your tax professional before you do anything.
A lot of times you really should consult with both. You should always have a financial advisor and a tax consultant, and a lot of times they will work together in your best interest.
Of course. Great. Thank you again. I just am so pleased that I get to learn so much from you every week.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Aging Gracefully on Suncoast FYI. To find more tips from local experts, you can view previous episodes and complete seasons at snntv.com under Programming. We'll be back next Saturday and Sunday at 7 p.m. with more tips on how you can live a happier and healthy life. Until then, have a wonderful week.